So this isn't a love reading, but I feel like I need to call out limerence. Maybe you have some out of control limerence going on. Maybe you are getting out of a toxic relationship and realizing that you can have the partner that you deserve and they will want you just as much. You're probably a giver and you've been with takers, and now you're ready for a giver and you know that that's happening, but your nervous system wants to bond with somebody so quickly. So you maybe are like overlaying your fantasy onto like random strangers on the internet. Or maybe you're having some dreams, some spicy dreams. It can be funny, and let yourself play there, because that's how you can further refine what it is you're actually looking for in a partner. So I don't know if the whole reading will be on love, but that's what I got at first. And I have High Priestess and the Knight of Cups coming out at once. So I'm getting, this is like a femme seeking mask psychically. Psychically, your feelers are out there, and that's good. That's okay. Just, I would say, don't remain detached. Ace of Wands also came out. So let this be in the ether for now. I would say don't make any bold moves right now. And then I also started writing about being of service to others in your practice, whatever that is, in your career field, whatever. And I was thinking the way that we actually change the world with our hearts, we start connecting more empathetically with people. We start, having this whole collective shift into, some people say like 5D or the new earth, a more empathetic and, child-centered reality. The way we do that is not just like one or two people are going to have these grand ideas and save the world. No, we look back behind us where we just were and help who is immediately behind us. And it's just like a big train of that. And you don't need to inject, like competition into your helping others, because that's just the old paradigm trying to get its hooks back in and be a part of, the game, making it a game. I suppose you even like the big helpers are getting wisdom from their helpers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking to people who have created a big defender inside of you due to your abuse, that you've been through specific abuse. And you are putting out the psychic honing for others who are also dealing with that strong internal defender. And they've turned against themselves because of the pattern of abuse. They're internalizers and not externalizers. They didn't turn into the abuser. They got re-victimized and re-victimized. I think what's coming to mind is Ram Dass saying we're all just walking each other home. And that makes a lot of sense. So we have the World. And we have the Six of Cups. I love the Six of Cups. The World. And I just said child-centered. What did I say? Child-centered. Changing the world. Yep. This is confirmation. And Queen of Swords. So matriarchal. So divine feminine within. The internal mother. This is who we're dealing with here. I guess if you do like internal family systems or parts work, we're dealing with this psychic High Priestess and Queen of Swords, both feminine authority. And I would say the World too, because this is a feminine creature here. And let me just... So Queen of Swords is giving safety. She's air and water, so there are storm clouds behind. You can't really see because of the light. Storm clouds behind her. But she's guiding from her seat. She's not too hasty. And I wrote something down really quick. I said the reason you see people doing so amazing in life, and you really are just like, wow, how are they doing that? Is because they're taking more risks, and they take more risks because they feel more safe. Likely because they had emotionally intelligent and empathetic parents and a strong support network that never made them feel like they didn't belong anywhere. So now that you've accepted that reality for yourself, that, thriving versus surviving vibrational way of life, you are going to now naturally be inclined to do that with others. You can look for ways to bond with them, affirm their new reality via your safe presence. I was at the park today, and a little kid, he was like 2 and still in diapers, and he squatted down, and then he just started pooping in front of me. And I was like, you know what? I feel like that's an honor that I held that space for the child, and he felt safe to just let it rip. And I was like, how freeing is that? So, also what's coming up is like, maybe you're the jealous type. I'm getting the strong jealous energy because maybe you see something that you want and it's like exactly what you want and you get so jealous. So, if that's not such a bad thing, that gives you intense clarity on what you actually want to manifest. So, whatever your dreams are. If you're kind of wanting more clarity, then it's of like what you want. If you're not sure like how to go about visualizing and you don't want to be wishy-washy with the visualization part of your manifesting journey, then think of what you're jealous of, and then think of what makes you feel bad about yourself, while visualizing that for yourself. Because the reason you're jealous is because you're telling yourself that you can't have it. Whatever it is that you see the other person have. And that's your clarity. And then you just need to remove the shame or transmute the shame around wanting what you really want, if that makes sense. And feeling like you deserve to have what you really want, and that you don't really have to even fight to get what you want because it just naturally comes to you now. Like, no more fighting, right? The queen has a sword, but she's not fighting. Okay, I'm loving this Queen of Swords. Is there anything else? I feel like this collective has a huge, massive, tender heart, and you love to love and you love to give. But since you've gone through what you've gone through, talking about huge dark nights of the soul, born into a abusive family system, like a cult, really, or something like that. It's been, your heart is fiercely guarded right now. The queen is guiding from a place of safety and nurturing, but she also has a sword, so she does look, even her expression on this card, she looks a little guarded, a little stout-jawed. And there's also Knight of Cups, who is a softer masculine energy, and it's water we're dealing with Knights of Cups, emotional body. So this is something that you want, but you're still kind of like, it's okay though. So this is expected, this is totally to be expected based on your upbringing and your specific psychic trauma. But at this point, having the guarded heart is probably going to throw your whole chakra system off a bit. So if I could give some gentle advice, or spirit could give some gentle advice, it's that you need to find more spaces, titrate the open spaces to be energetically open. Like, I was at the park earlier, and that was okay during a certain time. Give yourself, as you're trying to give your followers or whoever you're helping, your community that you're helping, give yourself more proof that it's safe to exist and to receive. And if you find yourself open and energetic and feeling pretty grounded in a space, say in public, and another person comes into your field and you feel yourself tense up, don't automatically blame yourself, because it could just be that person also has a similar injury, and it's kind of like a feedback loop going on. So it's not always, there's no need to take blame if you close back up again. It just needs to be, like I said, titrated, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of risk, right? And novelty, new ideas, new beginnings. I think I'm going to go into a part 2.